What's up guys, Alex here, GuitarForce.com. So in today's video I'm going to show you part of the lesson on how to play Drifting by Jimi Hendrix. And this was requested and supported by Max, so huge thanks goes out to him for the support. And the full lesson is available at GuitarForce.com. You can find the link in the description box down below. And with the download you're going to get the video lesson, all of the tabs, and also the full playthrough of the song, which I'm going to post to my other channel, and I will link it as well in the description box down below, so you can check out the full playthrough. And even though I recorded it with two guitars for the lesson, what I did is, because the song has three guitar parts at the same time, what I did, I tried to make a combination of at least a couple of guitars and put them into one, so you can play just on one guitar, but not just the rhythm, but rhythm with some licks and phrases and things like that. Sort of a combination of two guitars. And the third is a backward lead, but I left it out because, you know, two guitars at the same time is enough in my opinion. Also, speaking of Jimi Hendrix, if you haven't had a chance to check out my course, which is called Get Experienced on Jimi Hendrix's style of playing, it's a huge course, 2 parts, more than 4 hours of information. I will also leave the links in the description box down below. If you're interested, check it out. Now back to the video. We're going to be in half step down tuning on all the strings, so E flat on the low E. And for the sound I was using the VST plugin Guitar Rig as usual. So I'm going to post a picture of the presets so you can check it out. And while you are checking it out, I'm going to play you my low E string so you can tune up and play along with the lesson. Alright, so we're going to break up the song into parts. Before we start breaking it down, I have to mention a couple of things. So first is, in this particular song, Jimi has recorded 3 guitars at the same time. So there is the first guitar, rhythm guitar, second is sort of rhythm / lead guitar, and the third is a backward guitar. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to put some of the parts which are played on separate guitars into one. And some things we're going to omit because it's just you know, impossible to put everything into one guitar, and especially the backwards recorded guitar. It's basically a normal guitar recorded, and then they flipped the tape and just played it backwards. So we're not going to take a look at that. Like I said, I'm going to try and put 2 guitars into one at some places. In some places I will not be able to do that, but yeah, let's try. So the first part that we have is the intro. So we can put 2 guitars here, and first I'm going to play it through, then we're going to break it out. So it goes like this. Alright, so here in this part, what we have basically just playing some chords. So we start off with the E. So if we just break down the chord progression here, we have the E starting in the 7th position. For the whole bar, we play 8th notes here. Now the rhythm guitar would include the root as well. So right here. Okay, so we have E. Then we go to D for 1 beat, then we go to the F sharp, then we have a quick chord here for 1 beat, the A, then we return to the E, and then again we go to D, F sharp, A, and then we have the E, until the end of the intro. So that would, the rhythm guitar would play that part, with the root notes in them as well. So the second guitar, what it's doing is playing octaves, and And Jimmy's playing this kind of phrasing where he alternates between the two strings. So he would take this octave. So here we have the G string and the high E, this octave. And he would just play, he will follow the same chord progression, but obviously, you know, just play the octaves and move into these places right here. So 12 here on the high E, then we move down to the 10th fret, then up to the 14th, and then for the A we go to the 17th, and then back again to the E. So what I did is I put that high note, that high octave note, to the chord. So, and I'm not playing the root as well. So I'm just playing the part of the chord, and I put the root on top. So that's why you get this sound. So you play the chord and the octave high notes on the top. If you want to play like a two guitar part, you can play, like I said, you know, the first one is just the chords, and then the second. You know, just following that lead like that, using the octaves. But if you want to put both guitars into one and sound, you know, the chord with the higher note on top, you can do that. So you would play the chord and then put the high note on top. Alright, so just following that rhythm, like sort of in eighth notes, and also sometimes just leaving for the quarter notes some of the chords. And then in the end we have, so here when we stay on E chord, the last bar, we play for 3 beats, so 1, 2, 3, and then on the 3 end we play this double stop, which is a minor third, but we play it on the 11 on the A and 9 on the D string. So you slide it down 2 frets, then you play part of the E chord again, the double stop, and then the last slide we have again from 11 to 9 and going into the next section, so like that. Alright, so that's the ending of the intro, and then we go into the verses. Alright, so now we go into the first verse, and we're going to do the same thing. First I'm going to play it through, then we're going to break it down. So it goes like this. Alright, so I'm going to stop right here. Let's break down these sections first. So again, we have chords going on here. So the chord progression is going to be like this. We have E going to D sharp minus 7, going to D, then we have G sharp minus 7. So these chords are being played for the whole bar, all of them. And then we have B. So B to A to C sharp minor, all within one bar, and then we return to the B and we play B sus4, so alternating between B and the B sus4. Then we have again this transition B to A to C sharp minor, back to B, A, and then we end on E for the whole bar. Alright, so that's the chord progression for the first part of the verse. So now let's get into the details. So we start off pretty straightforward. So here we just alternate the E rhythmical figure, the quarter note with 8th notes. Then we go to the D minor 7. So here we play the chord, and then we add this hammer-on that Jimmy used a lot in his playing. So it's between the 7th and 9th fret on the B string. So while holding the chord with pinky, you play the hammer-on and pull off. And then pick the chord again randomly. Then we go to the D. So here, again, kind of breaking up the chord, playing the bass notes, and the rest of the chord doesn't really matter. Then we go to the G sharp minor. So here we're breaking up the chord into parts. So first we play the bass note, then we add the rest of the chord, and then we have again another hammer-on pull off here on the B string between the 4th fret and the 7th fret, like that. Then pick again the chord, then we have, so here kind of transitioning part that we have on the A string, grace note, meaning quick hammer-on, 4 to 6, and then we pick the rest of the chord somewhere on the 2nd, 3rd string, something like that, 2 times, and then we go to the B. And by the way, the notes that you see in the tops, they're approximate. I mean, they give you a guideline how to play. All right, so this is just, you know, Jimmy playing the chord, and it's not necessarily to play in a specific way that it's written out. It just shows that you know, he played different rhythmical patterns here. So as long as you keep changing the chords at the right time, you are totally fine. And however you play them, you know, it's totally up to you. You can hit the whole chord, you can hit just the part of the chord, the high strings, the low strings, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so we have the B chord here, going to the A. Again, you can add like 16th notes or just playing the chord in 8th notes, quarter notes, whatever. So B. Then we go to the C sharp minor chord. Then we have the B, and we play. So this here, just playing the B chord, and then we hammer on. So here I'm hammering on with the pinky on the 9th fret on the G string, and then just picking the chord randomly of the other strings. And then you can add again the hammer-on pull-off here on the same note, something like that. So that's the B sus4 chord. We stay on it for the whole bar. Then again we play the B. So B to the A to the C sharp minor, and then we return again to the B chord, and you can play that part. So again, picking the chord, adding hammer-on pull-off, adding the sus4, then we hit the chord, and then we have this transitioning part, which is, so here just fretting the 7th fret on the 2nd, 3rd and 4th strings, and then we hammer on these 2 notes. So on the B string it's the 8th fret, and on the D string it's the 9th fret. Alright, and then back to the 7th fret here. This part of the, it's kind of like a part of the D chord, but he's not playing the root note here. And then we have the A. So again, you can break up the chord into bass note and then add the rest of the chord. So altogether this bar is going to be. Alright, one more time, kind of slower. Alright, so I'm playing with some rests in between, but you know, you shouldn't, ideally you don't play with the rests here. Alright, so that's the slow playthrough, and then we go to the E chord. Alright, so here just staying on the chord again, randomly picking different strings, different voicings of the chord. And then in the end we have this transitioning part. So 4-2 on the A string and then 4 open on the low E. All right, so this happens on the fourth beat of the bar. So we have 1, 2, 3. So kind of transitioning part as well. So this is, some of the parts contain 2 guitars like I mentioned before, so just keep that in mind. The rhythm guitar is just staying on the E, and the lead guitar is adding some fills as well, or playing part of the chord, and then in the end, you know, just adding this kind of transitioning part. So when you put both guitars together, you get this. Alright guys, so that was it for this lesson. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to continue learning the whole song, check out the link in the description box down below. Thank you very much for watching. Comment, share, subscribe if you're new to my channel. Don't forget to visit GuitarForce.com for more guitar lessons. In the meantime, I'll see you again. Take it easy, and as always, let the force be with you.